Look, you're doing real good. Because I'm gonna
Listen,
tell
I'm
you
making a
something.
living.
A lot of people nowadays, especially in R&B, they give you what, 2, 3 albums tops, and see you bye.
Well, that you don't want to go down that road of today's music and all
Please
of that.
don't. Because, see,
Yeah.
I'm stressed out.
And listen, the mere fact that you call a lot of what I hear today R&B is like an insult because
Mm,
I don't know
no, it's
what.
not. It's not. It's converted and changed, and I
It's
don't know
hot
where
mess.
R&B is right now. I don't know. Are we? I mean, other than yourself, because I know you got a new project coming out. You got the Song Garden coming out
Mhm.
in another week.
Right.
Kim, don't even go down that road.
Like,
'Cause I don't even listen to the radio, and she knows
yeah,
that. So
yeah,
I have my playlist on Spotify
Hmm.
of the songs that I like to hear. And if you actually put enough songs on, you only hear the music that you want to hear. So I
mm-hmm,
Right.
have about
Right.
200
Right.
songs, and I don't want to hear that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have a clue on what's going on because I keep myself in my bubble of what's music. Like,
yeah.
this stuff they're putting out, a lot of that stuff is some garbage. I'm like, I cannot. And what they say, oh, that person can sing, and I'm like, that sounds like auto tune. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not even them. And I
Yeah.
understand we have to evolve. I get all of
Oh,
that.
I'm not
Hmm.
involving on that.
But look, they get involved, but we don't have to evolve.
I'm not. No, no, you're not sucking me down that road.
But
Damn.
in order for us to be able to quote greats such as yourself, even Stokely, people like that, you have to have a love for R&B, and you have to have a genuine trust that the music that's coming out of your voice
Right.
is going to be phenomenal no matter what. I mean, and that's what got you to everything that's behind you right now today. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
thank you first and foremost. But on top of that, the whole point of this whole thing is consistency. You know, you got to stay in the game. Every record is not going to be a smash,
Yeah.
obviously. But I think that fortunately, I've kind of learned what my audience wants from me,
Mm-hmm.
and I've sort of like done what they've asked of me,
Yeah.
and fortunately, it's normally something that's not trendy. They're like real songs.
Yeah.
So like A Million Ways or After Tonight or Nothing's
Yeah.
Ever Felt Like This, Wishing on a Star, a bunch of covers that I've
I
done over the
try.
years. I tried.
Woo.
So, I mean, these are classic, classic, classic songs. And some of the ones that I've written have become looked at in that way. So I feel very fortunate and blessed. I started this race out with a whole lot of artists like me. And for one reason or another, whether it be because of life itself, some artists have passed away. Some folks just kind of got away from the business. Some people, the business got away from them,
Yeah.
but there's very few of us left that still do what we all consider to be, and I'm speaking for all three of us, considered to be
Yeah.
like classic R&B.
Yeah.
Uh, so there's a few of us that still wave the flag, myself or Layla, Eric
Mm-hmm.
Benet,
Mm-hmm.
when he decides to, record Mesa, there's still a bunch of us out there. But
Yeah.
it's very few and far between. But you got to stay true to yourself as an artist as well. So
Yeah.
I can't convert to what the people consider to be new R&B. People know a fraud when
Mm.
they hear it. So it's like you got to
Yeah,
just
he
stay in
ain't
your
nothing
lane.
new.
No, it's not the same. It's first of all, you have to have talent. You have to be able to
No,
sing.
and see, I mean, and I'm not even gonna name any names, but I was reading and they was talking about this one particular lady, and she sings supposed to sing. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me look her up because I know I could be ugly when it come down to music because I like what I like.
Uh-huh.
So I Googled and clicked hit the video, and I told my daughter, don't ever in your life
Insult you like that. Don't do that
insult
to
my
you.
ears. You insulted my ears. I was like, and a lot of times, and I'm big on, I like the words to match the voice.
Right.
I need a,
Right.
I love, it's not about anything, your words, and you have to sound good too. Like, they're like, it's
Right.
the lyrics. I said, but baby, she can't sing. And
Mm.
see, I'm not talking about sing, I'm talking about sing. I'm all about
Right.
sing.
Yeah.
Right all up in here. I need all
But
that. Sing.
I'm sure your daughter might have said, but she got a million likes.
Yeah. Oh, she got the followers. I
That
wouldn't
means
give a hoot
nothing to
to.
me.
I wouldn't have hoot to because that's not my. I'm like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got
she's
you.
I'm
not
not of that
terrible.
era.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
a lot of them out there, and they're like trying to push it down my throat. And just
Right.
because you on a TV show or something like that, it's like that. What you? Where's the talent? Like
Right.
I need,
Right.
There
and
isn't.
I need you to sing.
Yeah.
Right. No, I got you. I got you. I mean, it's rough out here as well, because it doesn't give you though, it's the internet and you can do whatever you want to do with anything. The unfortunate part is it's the internet and you can do anything that you want to do and everybody can.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's the greatest invention, in my opinion, that's ever been invented. But at the same time, it's the worst thing because it's kind of giving people a false sense of everything.
Yeah.
My youngest is a singer and actress, and she does all this stuff. And every once in a while, she'll come to me and say, "Hey, Daddy, what do you think about this?" And then I'll tell her the truth. And then she kind of looks at me sideways, and I'm like, I'm just telling you what I hear. And she goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, but look at all the likes I got." I said, "Yeah," I said, "but they're not."
Yeah. My son is
Yeah,
into that.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
not the
Because
barometer for what talent is. I was like, this is
no,
what I do. I really think you should. And it's kind of like, yeah, well, what the hell does he know? I got this amount of likes. So I said,
Yeah.
well, if you
yeah,
got all those people
Well,
that
you
love you
kind of
so
got a
much,
Grammy. Look,
listen,
you kind of know
I
what you're
said,
talking about.
I always say to her, and what I say to other people that say, I got 1 million followers, I said, go ask them all for $1 and see how much you get.
there we go.
He
And
said,
Kim knows. I'm from that old school of what Barry Gordy said about the sandwich. Would you buy the sandwich or would you buy the record? If I'm gonna forego something to eat, baby, that's the barometer for me. Like
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
if I would say, but Barry said the sandwich or the album. I'm like that lets you know if you will
Right.
forego something that you really like. That's
Yeah.
that's real right there.
Right. Yeah, it is. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Wow. Yeah. I never heard that before. That's interesting.
Look, that came from Temptations movie. Temptations movie. And we done watched Temptations 1,000 times in my house, okay?
I know
So
that's
that
right.
came strictly from me watching that, and that's the only movie that all three of my kids will sit there and be quiet, and I put the Temptations on, and they were little. So
Mhm.
I can tell you and recite that damn movie front to damn back. But anyway.
So, Will, tell us about Song Garden, or is it the Song Garden?
The Song Garden, yeah, which is my 24th album, and yeah, I'm excited about it. What I'm doing now is what a lot of people are doing because people are listening to music differently these days. Like with once again the advent of the internet, music kind of like goes like that now. Back in the day, you'd buy an album, and
Mhm.
you would buy an album, and you would
Yeah.
live with it until the artist put out another one, and then you'd be excited because you missed the artist and you missed the new music. Now, you put a record out, it's just kind of like a month, 2 months later, folks go, "Well, what else you got?" It's like, "Yeah, it's got this record. Yeah, I heard that already. What else you got?" So this is a series of like kind of EPs that I'm releasing.
Mhm.
And I'm going to just continue doing it this way. So I'm
Yeah.
excited about the first half of the Song Garden. It's a 7-song collection, all original songs.
Mm.
I've kind of been dropping singles for the last few months. We released a song called Right Where You Are, which did really well. Once again, overseas, kind of a
Mhm.
dance record that did really well. A few months ago, I released something called So Many Good Die Young, which was a ballad. It was a tribute to all these young luminaries that have passed away at an early age. And now
Mm.
recently, I just released the first single from the Song Garden album. So, we just kind of do it in dribs and drabs. I'm excited about it.
And you
Yeah.
have a
Very excited
feature
about
on there.
it.
You have a feature on one of the songs.
A feature? What do you mean?
At
Oh, you
my
mean
age.
like a single?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first single, oh, Jesus Christ. I've been putting out so much music and working on new music. Forgot what the first
I mean,
single
you
It
is.
only
was
got
Mesa, I
24
think.
hours. You only
Well,
got
oh yeah,
24
you mean,
hours.
oh, yeah, yeah, right, only, right. Yeah, there is a duet with Mesa on the album. Yeah,
Oh, that's
so
cool. Yeah.
yeah, that's my buddy, and we've done a ton of them together. But this is a beautiful, beautiful
She's
duet that we've
another
done together
one.
as
She
well.
can sing
Oh
her
yeah,
behind off.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely, what a talent.
Hmm. So, oh my God. Okay, so do you ever feel like, I mean, I know what the music is today isn't considered R&B, but do you feel like you ever have to rush your project or anything, or is everything like, look, if it ain't right, I'm not putting it out?
Yeah, I mean, I've never done anything that I wasn't excited about
Hmm.
or, felt 100% sure that it was going to do well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so yeah, I don't feel pressure to put out music at all. I mean, the joy of not being out on the road and having to be home is that you let your creative juices flow.
Hmm.
So I've got enough material now for 3 hours.
I know
So
that's right.
yeah, we're finishing part two of the Song Garden literally as I speak to you. My studio was like right over here, so I go over there and I do some singing and we Frankenstein these songs together. The process is different because you can't really see anyone. So
Right.
we're using technology and just sending files back and forth and Frankensteining these projects together. But when you hear it, you would never know.
Look, it's always good if it's from you. So
Well, thank you.
look, it's like when you go to that one auntie or uncle's house because you know the food gonna be good. Say, look, I gotta be there. Look, with my to-go plates.
I got
Every
my
time.
aluminum foil, not
Yeah.
aluminum foil in the
Yeah.
bag.
Luma. Yeah. Oh
And
my
that's
God.
what me
Okay.
and Kim was talking about before about y'all creative folks, us creative folks. The pandemic was a gift and a curse, but it was a
Yeah,
gift as
absolutely.
well. For
Absolutely.
creative people, it made people sit down and you were able to hone in on your craft. Because
Right.
you were on the go, on the go, on the go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
now, you can make, music and think like, you know what? I can go this way and I have time.
Mm-hmm.
But the world need to open up though.
Yeah.
Well, yes, the world does need to open up. But another thing that you just said that triggered a thought was another great thing for me that happened was it made me slow down because
What I say.
we were working like crazy, and I kept lying to myself saying, if I could just have a couple of days, a couple of weeks, and now we done had more than a couple of everything.
A
Yeah.
couple of
So
forevers, a couple of forevers. Right?
yeah. So I was able to catch up on movies, catch up on some rest, catch up on
Yeah.
all the lies I've been telling folks I was going to do stuff. If I were home, I would fix that thing in my house. I just needed some time. It's like, I got time. You're gonna fix that thing. You gonna
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
I guess I'll fix that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, I usually in my show with relationship topics, but instead I want to ask a few questions.
Sure.
Okay, so now, what song of yours would you recommend for a wedding as a wedding
Oh,
song?
um,
I know you got a lot, but
I
24
do.
hours.
yeah.
Well, actually, I have a song off of the latest release called "Say Yes." So that's off of the Song Garden. Yeah. So it's like a proposal song. And that's a song that you could play if you're going to ask someone to marry you. And for a wedding song, I mean, obviously nothing's ever felt. And I had another song called "The Blessing," and that's like, and that song actually is a wedding song. So yeah, I would say those three, one of those three, or two of
Okay.
those three, depending on
Yeah.
how long your wedding is.
All right.
It's
So
a
what
lot
if
of
you?
kids that been made off his
Yeah.
music. A lot of babies that been made. Okay,
Yeah.
lots
Hey,
of
listen,
babies.
I got three of my own, so we practice the music. It's well
Exactly.
tested.
You got it. You
It's
got to make
tested
sure
before you
it
get
works.
it.
You got to make sure
Gotta
it
make
works.
sure it works. Sometimes
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. Yeah.
No, that's right. Okay, so
You
now,
gotta test it out.
yeah, exactly.